Welcome to Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. Years ago, I spoke for several women's retreats at Twin Lakes Bible Camp near Manson, Iowa. Scott Anderson was the camp director. I had nice talks with him, a solid and interesting guy. Well, one day we were on some topic, and he wisely quipped, "Never waste a good crisis." Interesting, I thought. I was reminded of that phrase last week when reading about the Great Seattle Fire of 1889. It started on June 6th on the corner of Front and Madison Streets in the basement of a cabinet shop. It seems that an employee set a pot of glue on the top of the potbelly stove, which had a fire going on inside. The glue caught on fire. Over the next 18 hours, the blaze swept through the town's business district and waterfront, completely destroying it. It was quite a miracle no human beings were killed. In 1 year's time, nearly all that was destroyed that day in Seattle was rebuilt. Because so many construction jobs were now needed, the population boomed. Seattle grew from a town of 25,000 to a large city of 40,000. Look at it today. Never waste a good crisis. It is difficult to see the possibilities from a disaster or crisis at the time it happens. But as the Danish philosopher and theologian Søren Kierkegaard said, we live forward and we learn backward. To find meaning in a crisis, to find something good from it, is often denied or ignored. Maybe because it's much easier to sit in the pain, the loss, the grief, the anger. But with time and the discipline to reflect and look back at what occurred because of the crisis, it can be yielding some amazing discoveries, like a larger and stronger Seattle from a fire accidentally caused by burning wax on a potbelly stove. I've shared this topic in previous podcasts, I'm sure, but it is one that I think about a lot, especially now. I want to make looking for the good in the bad a habit, so I write about it a lot. It's like the line in the book Ireland by Frank Delaney. You long term listeners have heard me mention that before. The line goes, "What's the good news inside of your sad story? There's always good news wrapped up in bad news." I'm going to read you the script from a PBS special, Why the Great Sequoia Needs Fire to Grow. The script reads, giant sequoias are the largest trees on the earth. They can grow for more than 3,000 years, but without fire, they cannot reproduce. The giant sequoias really are born of fire. A fire gives them three things they need for regeneration. The first one is it punches a hole in the forest that allows there to be more light and more water for the sequoia seedlings. The second thing is that it heats the cones up in the mature sequoia trees without harming the trees, and those cones open up and produce a rain of seeds down in the ground. The final thing the fire has done is it's cleared away all the leaves that have built up, because sequoia seeds need to hit the bare mineral soil before they can germinate and survive well. Then the winter storms come and bury them in a blanket of snow. And then, when the spring comes, they have the ideal conditions. It's warmer, it's really wet, and those seeds will take off and become seedlings. From their birth among the ashes, these seedlings have become the groves we see today, with trees nearly 300 feet tall. Sequoias never waste a good crisis. So sit with that story for a while. I think that it is possible to eventually find purpose in the blackest ashes of our broken hearts, in a reality that becomes our worst nightmare, or in the uncertainty of what will become through this political crisis. If we allow ourselves to eventually look at the crisis again and see what seeds of hope sprouted, what became because of the pain or fear, we might be able to one day join my friend Scott Anderson in saying, never waste a good crisis. I'm preparing to teach a book study this fall on the anxious generation, how the great rewiring of childhood is causing an epidemic of mental illness. In the book, the author Jonathan Haidt describes how we have shifted parenting styles to overprotecting and restricting autonomy in the real world. We have eliminated freedom from children's playtime. We have eliminated risks. Hence, they grow up without the skills to deal with the challenges they may one day face. They become like a sequoia tree protected against fire. The seeds, our children, will grow up stunted and fearful of the world, not knowing what they are capable of dealing with. They already are stunted a bit, as Haidt explains, because we have moved them from a play-based childhood to a phone-based childhood. C.S. Lewis wisely said, "Hardship often prepares an ordinary person for an extraordinary destiny." Like a cone in a sequoia tree exploding in seeds from the heat of a forest fire and becoming the tallest tree in the world. Or like a child not given a phone screen, but a screen door to go out and play, discovering they can learn to handle a challenging situation on their own. This week, on your bathroom mirror, write, "Never waste a good crisis." Join me next Monday for Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.